Maybe I don't know. I know I do have a heavy voice. But good morning. So today I am here to speak with you about my Blush Female mentoring venture. Some of you have probably heard it. If you follow me on social media, you will see it there. And I have some cards that's on your table. So without talking about Blush, I can't not speak about my testimony and kind of where God has brought me from and how this has developed into what it is. So I do have a story about Deborah in the Bible. Deborah in the Bible shows us that the Lord calls ordinary people to do extraordinary things that can only be accomplished through the Spirit. This story is in Judges 4. Deborah was righteous. She was courageous. And she was a judge and a ruler over Israel. Because of her faith, her wisdom, and her fairness, and her obedience to the Lord, she knew what she had to do. Now, I'm not up here to preach. I am not a preacher. But if I were, and I had to come up with a title, I would say she understood the assignment. Deborah understood the assignment very much. She was a ruler, a leader, a judge, and she was good at her assignment. In Judges 4, she told Barak to go lead the war. That was what she had to do. She told people what to do. Barak said, I will go if you go with me. So I don't know if he was scared or he just didn't want to go. But Deborah told him, she said, look, I'll go with you, but you are not going to get the credit for this. I am going to get the credit for this. Can you imagine in today's time, they'll probably put a person on the shoulder and say, golly, people can't do nothing without me. I could just see her having some attitude with Barak. But that's all right. They went on and they did what they had to do. But sometimes we do have to carry and go on the journey alone. Maybe Barak didn't understand that, because sometimes when we get around people, they start putting stuff in our ears and our minds and our spirits, and it discourages us. So, when I first moved up here in 2007, I did not understand my assignment. Neither did my parents, because I truly believe that they did not want me to move up here because I did not know a soul. But unlike Barak, I didn't have a Deborah to say, will you go with me to Greenville? It was something that I had to do by myself. Just me and God. I remember having $100 in my pocket to last me for 30 days until I got paid. I slept on the floor. I had a small air mattress for at least 3 months until I purchased a chair from the yard sale. And by God, I slept on that chair until I could do better. My prayer was, Lord, if you just give me 2 years and get some experience, I'm going back home to take care of my parents. Because that's what I wanted to do. My parents weren't well, and I made a decision to move up here. And I was like, if I could just get some experience, I'm going to go home and I'm going to help my parents out. When those 2 years was up, I did not know that the economy would be down. That was around 2009, the economy just stopped. So no one was hiring. I felt like I was stuck. I was mad. I was homesick, and I was mad at God. And I know some of you might not admit that sometimes you might get mad at God because things don't go your way. So, I continued to push through. I went to work. I loved my job. I feel like God did have a plan for me because I was helping students decide on what colleges to attend. I was helping them take the SAT, the ACT, make major decisions. During that time, I had just joined Mountain View, got a church family. Everything was looking up. And then my 3rd year, my mom passed away. And I was really mad. I was really doubtful. Because I told God, I said, why would you allow me to move to Greenville and you knew that this was going to happen? So At that time, I'm like, I am really not understanding the assignment. I know some people, again, they wouldn't admit that, but how many of you ever felt like that? How many of you feel like that today? But you had to push through just to come here. So I'm just doing my thing, working, coming to church, getting involved with children's church, vacation Bible school. And so it was around 2011, I was invited to a graduation party of a former student. I remember going to this graduation party. I had helped this young lady through many things. She graduated number 4 in her class. She got a full ride to Auburn University. Her parents were just wonderful people. So I'm at her party. She's telling her grandparents, thank you. She's telling her parents, thank you. It was beautiful. Then she began to speak about a person who was the most influential during her high school career. And lo and behold, it was me. And so I'm at the party and I'm crying like, oh my God, no, this is not about me. And so, but at that moment, it wasn't until then I understood the assignment that God had me on. I was like, okay, so I'm continuing to do work. And I'm making it, I'm helping students. Just like Deborah in the book of Judges, I realized that I had to be bold. I had to be courageous when I didn't feel like it. Because sometimes we just have to push through. But sometimes we allow but to get in the way. But what would the people say? But I am not ready. But they don't know what I did last night. But my past. But I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have the courage to do that. But my prayer life just ain't right. But I ain't got time for that. But if you keep letting but get in the way, you would never, ever be able to fulfill your purpose. If I let but get in the way, there would be no blush. I wouldn't have been able to help 90 or more students in the last 7 years figure college out, give them a laundry baskets to take to school, help with their self-esteem, help with their confidence, take them on college visits if I let but get in the way. Many of us understand our assignments, and we know what we need to do, and we know what we have to do. So I just came to encourage you to not let but get in your way and work your assignment. Thank you so much. And you can find a card about Brunch on the table. You can follow us on social media. You can become a sponsor of Blush, because with these funds and these donations, I am able to help young ladies along the way. We do have opportunities to become a pink sponsor for a donation of $500 or a purple sponsor for $1,000. Or you can just give whatever you can. The Cash App is on the back of that card. And I would like to say that we had our first pink sponsor this year, right from Mountain View Baptist Church.
Amen.
And she is actually here today.
Amen.
And I would like for our first pink sponsor to stand, Ms. Jackie Crenshaw. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for working your assignment and not letting but get in your way. Amen.